Good evening. Thanks for watching Local 22 News. I'm Christine Souders. Senator Bernie Sanders kicked off a two-day swing in Iowa this afternoon. Hi, Lauren and Joe. Well, let's keep it real. Here in Vermont, we are used to a lot of snow. Next on Eyewitness News at 11, live coverage of elections taking place throughout the Mohawk Valley. New details tonight on the manhunt for two killers who escaped from Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora. We want to reiterate, if you do see David Sweat or Richard Matt, they are very dangerous, so do not approach them. The past 9 days have basically been mayhem for local businesses here in Dannemora. Well, Lauren, DCF says ongoing opiate addiction is to blame. This event terrorized the North Country community for weeks. First on Local 44, a Manchester, Vermont man is behind bars for allegations of repeated sexual abuse against a minor. We are live in Essex speaking with Senator Rand Paul tonight for the GOP event.
We took a selfie actually right before the show, see if we can bring that up. Christine joining in there with her little mustache.
Yeah, take a look at my mustache.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could participate in that. That's 20 minutes of footage you squeezed into 90 seconds.
Something like that. It was, yeah, all those highlights were about a minute before we started.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Next, a group wants to make the Lake Champlain Islands more cyclist friendly. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this Tuesday night. I'm Christine Souders. 3 candidates remaining in the race for Utica mayor, and tonight they were given the first formal chance to show why they are best suited for the job. Good evening. Thanks for watching Local 44's Halftime Report. I'm Christine Souders. A familiar face in Hollywood, actor Randy Quaid was arrested last night for trying to cross the Canadian border into Vermont. Vermont State Police say Quaid and his wife Evie were detained at the Highgate port of entry. Randy Quaid is known for acting in movies including National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for watching Eyewitness News at 10 this Election Tuesday. I'm Christine Souders.
And I'm Mark Baracco. Tonight is the big night.
We're going to do a quick recap of some of the big races tonight. I know Mayor of Utica, incumbent Robert Palmieri, is going to serve another 4 years. This is unofficial results that we have in. A Barrie man is scheduled to appear in court tomorrow morning. Barrie police say he's accused of injuring another man with a weapon resembling a machete. A developing story tonight out of Dannemora, New York. A massive manhunt in the North Country as police are searching for 2 convicted killers. You're looking at pictures of David Sweat and Richard Matt. They escaped early this morning from Clinton Correctional Facility. New details tonight on the manhunt for 2 killers who escaped from Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora. Governor Andrew Cuomo announced a $100,000 reward for information that leads to the capture or arrest of these 2 men. 34-year-old David Sweat and 48-year-old Richard Matt are at large. Both were incarcerated for murder. We're happy we got to go there, and you were also playing in the snow a little bit today.
Yeah, I had to bust out all the winter clothing and everything. It was fun, though. Still, we soldier on.
It was shivering when you got back in.
Definitely a little bit of shivering.
It's hard to believe the holidays are almost here. I know you were talking to your mom on the phone about Thanksgiving dinner earlier, huh?
Yes, I was.
What we have for beards, at
I
least.
can grab it now. This is new.
Yeah, can I try?
Yeah, go ahead.
Steve's beard is a little bit more full than I.
Perhaps some of that split support is becoming more behind the new future mayor. Reporting live in Rome, Andrew Donovan, Eyewitness News.
I like that, being good sports there, huh?
Good sports and historic news for the city of Rome. Congratulations to the mayor-elect.
Check out your forecast over at mychamplainvalley.com.
We are really encouraging everyone to show up tomorrow and show their support, really, for breast cancer awareness.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're showing your support tonight wearing pink.
Local 22's Christine Souders is joining us live tonight from the DCF office in Williston. So, Christine, why the urgent need right now?
Well, Lauren, DCF says ongoing opiate addiction is to blame. They've seen a spike in children going into foster care over the past 18 months. Tonight, we'll introduce you to blended families in our area who have made the decision to open their homes and hearts.
Local 44's Christine Souders is live in Dannemora tonight. And Christine, I'm sure you and everyone else covering this story are very grateful for their efforts.
Joe, absolutely. The past 9 days have basically been mayhem for local businesses here in Dannemora. And I swear, every place we walk into, whether it's the local gas station or local marketplace, employees have smiles on their faces despite running on empty. It's not an early primary state, but you are here, the first Republican presidential candidate here. How are you hoping to appeal to Vermont voters?
Well, you know, I'm a different kind of Republican.
Some of the residents at ARC put their personal touches on the trees by creating the ornaments.
Shortly after, police searched the swamp area and brought out a K-9 unit. But because of winter weather conditions, they're having to put the search on hold until spring. That is, if Denise Hart is still missing. Police say the two men at this residence have a long history. They've known each other for a very long time and have had a number of disputes. Very slippery out there, and that was proven. There was a rollover on Interstate 89 during rush hour. Also, major routes in Vermont, a lot of accidents, and that was because of icy roads.
Perhaps some irony. Not too long ago, a plane crashed on the property. It landed here between these trees, killing the 3 people on board.
Law enforcement in both the city of Barrie and in Montpelier are passing out flyers to local businesses and in neighborhoods so that people recognize this face.
Vermont State Parks has notified its park rangers about the 2 escaped murderers. The director says he's waiting on state police for further guidance.
The owner of the tire shop also tells me he's waiting on a group that waits to the very last minute to get those snow tires, practically until the actual day of a snowstorm. That was me last year.
You guessed it, Lake Champlain Chocolates, they've got their applications ready to go. I don't know about you, but being around chocolate all day doesn't seem like a bad idea. The past 9 days have basically been mayhem for local businesses here in Dannemora. And I swear, every place we walk into, whether it's the local gas station or local marketplace, employees have smiles on their faces despite running on empty.
Angel Agony is keeping a positive attitude as she works long hours at this marketplace in Dannemora. She's only had 1 day off this past week.
I drink a lot of coffee. I have a lot of great customers, so they make it easy.
She says it's normal to see correctional officers at her job, but the number of customers here has nearly tripled.
Our lunch rush, I'd say normally say 20 to 30 people, and now it's more like 60, 70. State police, forest rangers, SWAT. I think we've seen every law enforcement officer that's in New York State.
Maggie's Marketplace is just across the street from the Clinton Correctional Facility. They've been so busy here that it's been very hard to keep items on the shelves.
Going fast, water, chips, and subs.
Well, it's been insane. We've been doing about twice the amount of subs that we normally do. Yesterday we got an order for 100 subs.
Stephen Lashway was so busy he barely had time to talk with us.
I've worked open to close 14 hours, but I know they're doing even more, so yeah, I mean, I'm glad to help them, keep going.
I want to see these guys get fed because they're out there working God knows how many hours every day, and I saw a picture of them walking waist deep in swamp water trying to find these 2. So I want to try to at least give them a smile or something because they deserve something.
And their hard work isn't going unnoticed.
Now, in that story, it was daylight. It is now dark. You can still see some of the same people still working out here. And we want to say thank you to Stewart's Shops, Maggie's, and other places we've made a pit stop to. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for them, the days would be much longer. Joe?
Kathy Allen has lived out in the country all her life, 10 years on Pepin Road.
First I heard the shot, but didn't think anything of it because you hear shots out here all the time.
Memorial Day morning, Kathy took her dog for a walk and saw her neighbors visibly upset.
I knew something bad had happened.
Kathy asked her neighbors what was wrong, and one of the women said someone shot her husband.
He's dead. And I said, shot who? And the other one said, my husband. So, and I said, well, is there anything I can do? And they said, no, he's dead.
Captain J.P. Sinclair with Vermont State Police tells us they got the initial call of shots fired at 3003 Pepin Road at 10:19 Monday morning. That's when they found the body of 53-year-old Rick Vreeland of Brownington.
Troopers from this barracks in Orleans County Sheriff's Department responded. When they arrived, they did find a male subject deceased of an apparent gunshot injury.
Police say the 2 men at this residence have a long history. They've known each other for a very long time and have had a number of disputes. The alleged shooter is in custody and will likely face a judge Tuesday.
We're talking to anybody that knew these 2 individuals and anybody that has any information that could help us in the timeline of the previous 24 hours leading up to what happened today.
Christine Souders was there for the special moment.
Members of South Burlington Police, Fire, and EMT can barely contain their excitement. They're waiting to meet Noah Cohen in his favorite arcade, Tilt.
Nice to meet you. I have something here to give you.
The normally very talkative 8-year-old boy is lost for words when he finds out that something is his one and only wish.
Your wish to visit LAPD and LAFD in California has been granted. Yay!
Whoa!
Yay!
Sounds like a pretty exciting job.
For many years, he's really been fascinated with ambulances and fire trucks and police. And so, we weren't surprised that he had a rescue-related wish.
Noah was born with a rare condition called bacterial association, a disorder that affects his internal organs, mainly his spine, from functioning. It's required lots of surgeries.
He had his first surgery the day that he was born, was in the hospital for about 5.5 months, and since that time he has had 23 additional surgeries. So he's been a busy boy, and he's certainly gone through a lot in his short life.
Noah's medical care is ongoing. He will undergo surgeries the rest of his life. Captain Gary Round says he knows the trip to LA will be a nice break from those hospital visits.
I had a son that received a Make-A-Wish back in '89.
And before heading out west, Captain Rounds and his crew wanted to give Noah a little training.
He's got to grow a little bit, but he looked good in the fire gear and the fire hat, and he's not afraid of the fire truck.
Back inside Tilt, Noah relishes the moment, shaking hands and hugging people he admires, even charming the ladies.
You look cute.
Oh, you look cute. The aspiring paramedic has a bright future and shows me he wants more than anything to be on the other side of the stethoscope.
The most remarkable thing about Noah is how resilient he is and how excited he is about life. And even on his worst day when he's not feeling great, he's got a smile on his face and he's just ready to face the world.
In South Burlington, Christine Souders, Local 44 News.